Wow. Whoa. I could not have timed that better. Okay. First off, can everybody hear me? Just need to make sure that everything's working before I get too deep into this. Okay, you can hear me. More volume? More volume. Is that better? I'm trying to mediate the noise because I hear hissing and, but it may just be my ears. They're old and tired. So, great. Better. Okay, cool. Well, we can adjust as we go if need be. So first off, happy Monday, happy Mythos Monday, happy Mythos TV episode. I don't even know what this is. It's my 3rd episode on YouTube. We should just count it that, right? That makes more sense. Pedals matter more, no sleep. That's right. Very true. So, as you can see, trying to look at my, okay, we're here. There's a picture, and I tried to have my GoPro on a little arm to film this pedal board, and it would have worked, but the pedal board was on the floor, so trying to adjust things and stuff I was knocking the camera, and it was a whole thing, even though I figured out a whole lighting setup and stuff. But for this week, for playing purposes, we're just gonna have I've got the pedals like setting on, as you can see, it's setting on my Pro Junior amp right there, and so I can just use it with my hands. Is that a GoPro 9? I don't know what this is. No, this is not a new one. This is an older one. I think it's like a Hero 6 or something. I don't know. I bought it a few years ago, and I bought it with the intention of using it as a second cam for videos, and I used it a few years ago when I did some of my earlier pedal demos. I did in my old apartment, and like the start of the video, I was plugging it up, and I was trying to do like a whole thing, and I would use this for the camera and my camera for recording my guitar and me playing and stuff. But yeah, and yes, everybody, don't forget the thumbs up and do all the things. I need to do more YouTube stuff, but everything you guys do to pump up the channel is greatly appreciated. And yeah, so what is Cam 1? This is the Sony A6300, which for my purposes does most everything I need to do. But pretty simple, you know. So yeah, I just want to make sure you guys can hear the guitar. I want to get into some house cleaning and stuff before we start playing, but I just want to make sure that this is audible, right? And I tried to adjust my camera down so you can see the guitar. Can you hear that? Okay, let me know. Yup. Does it sound okay? Does it need to be louder, quieter? This week I'm using my Victoria into the aux. So I'm ditching the HX Stomp this week because I wanted I feel like with this variety of pedals, sounds good. Awesome. Thanks guys. Louder than the voice. Well, that's okay. I'll probably mute my mic whenever I'm playing anyway to keep the noise floor lower. The guitar's a tad quieter, louder, getting mixed. Yeah, I can turn my voice up a little bit more. I don't want to push it too much because I don't want to. I hear the room in my ears really bad. That might just be the monitoring. I don't know, but at any rate, running the Novo Ceres TCS, my child, into and as you can see in the little picture, that's not a video. That's just a picture. The Seeker, and this thing's pretty cool, and we'll get into this in a second. The Blessed Mother by Heather Brown Electronicals. she sent me this, and it's pretty neat. It's interesting. It's different than most of the other drives I have. The Raise the Dead by my buddy Stuart Tate, and the Royal Jelly by Beatronics, and this thing is the Be Mine edition, I think is what they called it. So it's got this nice teal and orangey kind of color scheme, and it reminds me of Fallout. It looks like a, I mean, their whole aesthetic anyway kind of has a very, Fallout vibe, but this one in particular looks like something you would find in a vault somewhere. So if it was blue and yellow, I should message them about that, because I would be all over that. I would be all over that. But at any rate, yeah. So first off, it's Rhett Shaw's birthday. So hit him up on Instagram or wherever and wish him a happy birthday. He is, I think he's 31. He's 31 on this birthday. Because last year, a year ago, we were in England. And we got in England on the 28th. It was a leap year. On the 29th, it was a Saturday, and we had there was the Birmingham Guitar Show, and then I went to Anderton's and that pedal show, and when we came back that weekend, they were having a birthday party for Rhett, and Tilly wanted us to come, but there was no way. We had it was, I think we would have to come the night we touched back down from the UK, so there's no way. There's no way. Jordan, I'm looking very Rob Chapman. I don't think I am. Am I? I mean, I don't know if that is an insult or a compliment. I'm not trying to look like anybody but me. And the reason I have a hat on is because I haven't showered yet, and I couldn't fix my hair, But yeah. So let's get into the pedals. I think 52 people watching. That's awesome. I think this is a good place to start. So the Seeker, I wonder if I can pull up a picture. I might have to just hold up my phone to the camera. What a rudimentary way to do something. You would think I'm a professional. But Mike and I have become friends, and he had this idea of making an eyelet board for his for some of his pedals, and basically to make some early Mark I style tone bender things and some other Japanese style fuzzes and whatnot. But he wanted to have basically a combination of a printed circuit board and an eyelet board, and he asked me could you make this? And so I figured out how to customize a PCB in Eagle. And so I don't know if this is going to show up. I'm going to have to wait for YouTube to catch up to my hand here. So I think, yeah, you can kind of see that. So basically what it is, it's a PCB with eyelets instead of smaller, pads. So you can actually take multiple components and put it in and build it. And all the connections for the ground and the power are already there. So he doesn't have to, use jumpers or, any wire, because it's all on the printed circuit board. But what that allows him to do is to have a really clean layout. And he sent me this one as a thank you, because I didn't charge him. It's just one of those things. It's we're all in this community together. And sometimes when someone says, hey, I have this idea, and I'm like, well, that's not that hard. It's not going to take me that much time to get going. I just try to do it and help somebody out, because, why... it's not worth charging someone 50 something bucks or whatever when it's really going to help them achieve the goals. That's more valuable to me, help someone achieve a goal they've set for themselves, rather than me to earn a little amount of money. So he sent me this one, and it's all got crazy vintage new old stock transistors, and it's super spitty. And he said, when he asked me what I wanted, he said, he said I can make something smooth and classic, or more spitty and just gnarly. And I said, let's go gnarly, because I don't have anything like that. So okay, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna play with the knobs. There's only 2 knobs. The left one is volume, and the right one is gain, I think. And again, this little image on the screen is not a video. It's just a picture because I'm not good at this yet. But let me mute my mic a little bit and let you guys hear this thing. I'm going to turn the gain down. How about I'll leave the mic on and mess with this a little bit. So that's what the right knob turned pretty much down. Here's all the way down. And I think if we turn my volume back, it just won't do anything. You can hear it kind of popping in. Turn that knob out halfway up. Oh, Mike, there he is. The right knob is attack or bias. Okay, so that makes more sense. So what is the left knob? Is it just the volume? See, I'm digging that right there. Okay, and the left knob is volume. Cool. Well, it sounds great, and it's super different, which I like, because I tend to, I don't know about you guys, but I fall in that trap of I'm just gonna buy all the variations of the things I know and enjoy, you know, and not venture outside the box that much, which is that's rather foolish, right? We need to like expand our horizons. So I think it's cool to like, you know, really get something that is outside your wheelhouse. And for me, I need to do that to push myself, because I'm not, I tend to play it rather safe. A lot of people showing up. Brian Soden, Keith from 5 Watt World. Hi guys. Yeah, I've been rolling the volume back on my guitar a little bit to help mitigate some of the, and these are fairly low output humbuckers, but you know, compared to like a Strat or something, they're a lot hotter. I'm going to turn that gain knob. Oh, that was almost all the way up. Here's all the way up. So I'm going to roll my tone back a little bit. Let's see what we get here. There we go. Sounds great. Super fun. If you've not checked out any of the Seeker stuff, please do so. After I'm going to leave this up, and in the description I'll put links to everybody's website, so you can go hit them up and buy some things, some new toys, some different toys. Man, I love this guitar. I feel bad because in the winter months, I have a little, you know, like humidity reader thing. I tend to keep my guitars put up, and I run a humidifier. I try not to keep the door like closed and stuff in here because it can get too wet, and I think that's messed with some of the pots of my guitars. Is having too much moisture in here, because I did that before I had my little meter there. But I tend to put them up to keep them. I don't know. I know a gig bag doesn't do much, but I don't know. It's in my head. And so when I get them out, it's real exciting because it's hanging out with an old friend. And during the the spring and the summer, I just leave them out. But yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the Heather Brown Electronicals, godsmom.com, and this is the Blessed Mother. And this thing is cool. You can't really see it in the photo. And I promise next week I'm going to get a table or something, and I have this like boom arm that I want to put my GoPro in and a light, and I want to have it all figured out. So I can show you guys what I'm doing with my hands. Because like I said, I had this worked out where I could use my feet, and like it was just not conducive to getting down to like turning knobs, with a mic and all this crap. Didn't really work, but having it here on my hands, near my hands, is gonna be fine. So the Blessed Mother is an overdrive, and it's got this knob called the Immaculator, which is like a clean blend. It is a clean blend. It's not like a clean blend. It is a clean blend. Some sort of back sendall or some a treble bass control. I think they're active, so you can really shape the overdrive sound. I don't think they have any influence on your clean sound, but yeah, let me just have it with. I'll turn everything, the volume, the gain, and the tone knobs up at noon with the Immaculator all the way down, so it's just the overdriven signal. Use the middle position, how? Whoop. So it's kind of dark, so I want to crank that treble, put it at like 3 o'clock, roll the bass back a little bit. It's like 10 o'clock. Go to the bridge here. So again, here's my bypass. Here's the Blessed Mother. So now I'm going to start to bring in the clean signal. I'll just hit a chord and you can hear it happen. So that's with it at noon. Here, I'm going to turn it off. Off. On. So it just kind of fattens up the low end and makes things a little gnarlier when you have the clean mix kind of turned up. But let me mess with this more. It's very different. It's not. It doesn't sound like any other overdrives I have, which is good, because it definitely pushes you to explore more and not just be like, well, I'll just set it how I normally set everything, So with the clean mix up, let me push the volume a little bit. Let me push the gain. Let's take the gain all the way up, because why not? Am I going through my stop? No, I'm going through my Victoria with the aux box. So here's my bypass signal. So I never play clean, but this amp, the volume's on like 3. So that's about as clean as it gets, which is fine for me. So here's with the gain maxed out, the Immaculator halfway, and push the volume a little bit more. So hopefully make it jump out a little bit. That's on. Here's off. On. So again, that's, mixing halfway, and if I take it back down, so it's all the overdriven sound. So it sounds good, and it's different. Can you pull the clean blend out entirely? Yeah. So I think with the Immaculator all the way down, that is just the overdriven signal. And then with it all the way up, that's just getting the boost that the pedal is doing. That's all the way up with the volume turned up. Brett Papa, hey buddy, how you doing? It's a cool pedal. It's one of those things. It's like, and I fall into this. I tend to think, oh, everything at noon, and that's how it has to be forever. Amen. But you got to experiment, and you cranking the treble on this and rolling the bass back. To me, it gives it that punch and that cut that I think it needs. Whenever you're using it more as a traditional overdrive, but when you start to blend it, you can get some really unique sounds. So, it's a cool overdrive, and Heather, it's I don't know if this is her full-time gig. I feel like it might be, and she's making all these things by hand currently. She and I have been talking about better ways to speed up her build process, because that's the one thing we all struggle with, is how do we make these things easier to make? And sometimes it's as simple as moving a pad for a wire connection from the middle of the board to the left or the right side of the board. Or sometimes it's just like, hey, you know what? If you redid this board and kept it all the same components, but try to rotate all your components to where they're in like a couple lines, it's going to make your life so much easier to build. And so those are things that me and all the pedal people I know tend to talk about. But for those who don't build pedals, it's probably not that interesting. Moving on, I've got the Raise the Dead here from Stuart Tate. So that's in the photo. It's was it that one? Ooh, burp, burp, burp. And again, I'm gonna have a video soon. But the Raise the Dead is super cool because it's a fuzz circuit that has a transistor in it that simulates a pickup. So no matter where it is in your signal chain, it thinks, quote unquote, that it's seeing your pickup first. So you can have it after a buffer, you can have it anywhere, and the pedal will react like there's nothing but a cable in between it and your guitar, which is really neat. And it's super loud. It's like crazy loud. So yeah. So here, I'm gonna turn the gain all the way down on it. Whoop. Fuzzes. I'm gonna pad my mic here. So super singy, sustainy, and to me, it kind of sits in a big muffy place, but it doesn't have that total scoop. It's still like cuts and it's thick. So you can really hang on to the notes, but in a mix, I don't feel like that is going to utterly disappear. And that is with the volume at like 9 o'clock. So there's so much you can totally like devastate the input of an amplifier. Sweet lines, good playing. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Whoa. And it does, I don't know if this is my cables. Sometimes the Golden Fleece does that when you roll all the way down. It does weird things. But you know what? It's rock and roll. Don't have a problem with it. Just play your guitar, right? Is the pickup simulation always on? Yeah, it's just like the input of the circuit. And it doesn't affect the tone. It just like sends your signal through a transistor that is probably just changing the impedance of the signal coming in. But I like it. I think it's fun. I like Stuart. He makes some great stuff, and he is just a good friend. So that's the Raise the Dead. I really dig that one. And lastly, we're kind of burning through these, but that's okay. Is the Royal Jelly. Now this one, it has the most stuff, so that's why I kind of want to saved it for last. But Beatronics guys are out in California making great stuff, and I'd always wanted one. I didn't know which one to get. Snouse. I saw some of that, and yeah, dude, it's like, what do you do? You know, I try to run everything off the same outlet, and it's just like, no matter what, there's going to be a problem. My cable died earlier because I have these. Where are they? It's far away. I have the little square plug, like the straight plugs, and I think those are fine for like doing patch bays and things like that. For a guitar cable where you really need to grab onto something, it's not enough cable. So that one started to crap out after a couple of years. So I'm going to replace it. I'm going to replace the ends with proper like Switchcraft ends. I don't know. We need to do a cable making episode where I kind of walk through what I would do, but but anyway, the Royal Jelly is for me, it's like way different because it's an overdrive and a fuzz in parallel that you can blend between, and you have the ability to have two different settings, global EQ controls with a clean blend and a volume. The overdrive has a gain control, whereas the fuzz is just maxed out. So pretty, it's got a lot of stuff going on. The Novo's pretty. Thank you, Tyler. She's all right. Oh yeah. Oh mama. There we go. So I've got it set up where the king side is an overdrive. That's the right side. So if we're looking at my little picture here, so you know what? Look it up on your own because that picture's too small for me to not go through all of the what all the knobs do. So let me turn it on. So now I've got it on the king side, using it just strictly as an overdrive with the clean blend all the way down, and the treble kind of pushed and the bass barely pushed. So there you go. So that sounds pretty wicked. I was playing it into the deluxe, and it was just too clean. I think it needs to hit something that's got a little bit of hair on it. Brett Papa, yes, you do need a Novo. Go by the showroom. I'm sure Matthew or Dennis would be totally cool with you coming by and masking up and hanging out for a minute and checking things out. Maybe not. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but I think they would. So that's the king side set to the overdrive, and both sides can do either. So again, here's the, and here is the queen side set all fuzz. So I like that, but what you can do is the middle foot switch turns, it adds like a gain stage or something to the fuzz, and that's just called buzz. So with the fuzz all the way up on the queen side, turn the buzz on. I don't know what I'm doing. Changing keys doesn't even matter. So let me go back to the king side, and we'll run through some of the EQ controls. So let me set everything to noon. It's funny because the EQ the knobs point down, which is like you can put a knob on any direction. It doesn't matter. It's just like the pot may be up, and it's just putting the knobs facing down. So they swing left or right. But here's with both of them at noon, using the overdrive side. Let's kind of set it more. I'll turn the overdrive down. Down a little more. There we go. That's like at 10. So I'll just run through the treble and then the bass. So you can hear the sweep. So I don't know if you can hear that, depending on where you're watching, but in my headphones I can hear the bass kind of fatten up, and I can really hear the treble. This thing kind of has there's hair on the top end of the note, which I think going into a clean amp it can be a little much, but going into a driven amp is pretty sweet. So I like to run the treble just pushed a little bit. But let me start playing with the blend control, because that's kind of where these things are cool, because you can blend on both the queen and the king side between the overdriven sound and the fuzz sound, so because they're running in parallel. Tyler, I will stack them here in a second, so we got potentially 3 fuzzes on here. We can get crazy. So here's the queen, or the king side rather, with the gain control for the overdrive set at noon. That's the honey knob. And I'll just sweep. And that's all the way up. Here's halfway. Well, huh. Stuart, if you're there, I saw you show up. I think the foot switch in your Raise the Dead is making weird noises. We try that again. There we go. So that's blended between the overdriven sound and the fuzz sound, like halfway. Really cool. Sounds great. Sounds great. I like it way more into this pushed Victoria. I think the tweedy sound of that amp kind of suits this a little better. But the coolest thing about it is that you can have these kind of like a more heavy side and then a lower gain side and just switch between them. So, here's with the buzz on, king side with the fuzz kind of pushed but not all the way into fuzz. And then we can roll it back down to the queen side for a more overdriven sound. I think you can kind of hear that buzz thing. I'm going to turn my mic off. Okay, and then something I didn't even mess with yet is the blend. So on top of all this, being able to blend an overdrive and a fuzz sound, you can also blend in your clean signal. So you can still, there's still a little bit of the signal coming through. You can hear the tiniest hint. That might be with this buzz knob on. Yeah, even with the clean blend all the way up, there's still just the tiniest hint of something happening back there. But then you can start to blend it in. Oh, I dropped my plectrum. Oh, no! All right. We're blending back in the affected signal. Huh. So for me, like clean blends, it's not really my thing. I like them in some instances. I think with the Blessed Mother, just because you can really boost. Having that boost section probably after the clean mixer circuit, which I'm just assuming, I don't know. But being able to actually still boost your bypass signal a little bit, or your dry signal, I guess. It does something a little bit more interesting. But for bass, I can imagine that this works really well for bass. Do you guys want me to grab a bass? I'm just going to do it anyway. Here we go. So I hardly ever play bass. And I don't know how this Victoria is going to react. But you know what? It's not going through the speaker, so it's probably fine. So let's just turn on this royal jelly. Oh! There's something up with that switch. So that's with the that's with all wet, right? All fuzz. So here I'm gonna put the mix halfway, so you get half clean, half affected. Using less of the affected signal. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. But yeah, this sounds pretty cool in bass, actually. Grab that shred machine. There we go. Here, let's do it on this. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not Cliff Burton. Okay. This is neat. Let's go back to the overdrive side and see if we can get some overdrivey things. Put that mix back, the clean mix, about 50-50. I don't know what I'm doing. Sounds good on bass. Sounds cool. People want to hear a single coil. I don't really have all of my other ones in the closet there, and there's crap in the way, so I'm just gonna. I'll grab this little melody maker here. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Okay. Graham's guitar, this is it. 1960 something melody maker that I think needs new tuners. Oh. Maybe not. It's okay. I feel like it's one of those things I should tune it up to F. Put some light strings and tune it to F. The Solus is in the closet, and I just don't. I'll get it. I'll do it next time. So, but this one's cool. It's so little. That sounds good, right? Let's go back to this Seeker Fuzz. There's the bias all the way up, and the volume at like half-ish. Wicked. Raphael's saying a modern guitar for the same cost would be easier to play. Yeah, but this is not for me. This is for my child. For my child. And he's going to be little and shredding when he's, 6 or 7 or, whenever. Even for, when he's like, 8 or something. I mean, granted, I'm sure he's going to be big enough to play a normal guitar before I even know it. But this is wicked. This is wicked cool. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the Blessed Mother. The Blessed Mother. Crank that gain. So yeah, this thing sounds cool. Let me turn the Immaculator up, get some clean blended in. the Greg Koch band. Sounds great. The Melody Maker pickup is kind of like a mix between it's more of like a P90 thing, but it's still a single coil. It's more single coily than a P90. Yeah, pretty cool. So what's the secret to getting a spittier fuzz? Higher bias voltage? Not necessarily. I mean, the down transistor choices. Bias has a lot to do with it, but, if your transistors are super gainy or, just spitty, they can just sound like that, sometimes. So here's the Raise the Dead. Probably can't play too much of that because Black Sabbath is not nice to YouTubers. Yeah. And here's the royal jelly again. Turn that clean blend off again. Man, I'm liking this more and more. I think I can hear my phone. Can you guys hear that? Oh, it's just the single coil thing. I'm so not used to... I'm not used to single coils. Sounds great. Sounds great. I want to push the overdrive, just overdrive, no fuzz, with the gain all the way up on the overdrive. Here's with the pedal off. You can tell how much lower output this pickup is. There you go. Go to the other side. This full fuzz. Turn the buzz on. Yes, cool. And again, people are talking about Mike's fuzz here. Here is it. Here we go. Turn my guitar off. Put this back up. And let's end the stream just with some questions. What do you guys want to talk about these last few minutes? I think that pedal show will be going live at 11, so I'd like to get off here right at 11 and get back to work because inevitably, what happens to me is I think I'm going to do this and it's going to be easy, and then I try to come get set up and realize I don't have any of my crap set up, and now I need to go in and get all my stuff set up. So never fun. But I had to scramble to find some Velcro so I could put these pedals on the board here. Very annoying. Olympus update. So the enclosures are ordered. The PCBs should arrive today. That's what I got a text notification from DHL saying they should arrive today. So they should be here. And I ordered all the components, which should be here probably today or tomorrow. I'm trying to wrap up the next batch of Wildwoods. All the PCBs for those are done. Just need to put the pots and the wires on and get those in enclosures. And then I'll start tackling some of the Olympus assembly. They're really easy to put together. It's just it's just a lot of work. Brett Papa, thank you. We need to get together soon, and I know we have things we're gonna do. We're gonna do it at some point. This is definitely still work, but it's one of those things. Delay updates. So the delays, you can get on a wait list for them. I hope no one's taken money for them yet, because they're not supposed to even share how much they are. I've told they're going to be $259, but I told dealers not to even. I hope no one even has a picture of it. And if you see anybody posting a picture of the pedal before March 15th, please let me know, because I don't want it out there. Every time I try to do something right, it never works out. Somehow things always get messed up. But the PCBs for the delay, I've been putting a bunch together, and some are shipping to dealers. I'm going to ship some today, but yeah, I'm getting them all worked out, and they should be right on track to be at dealers, at the majority of dealers by March 15th. But we're not. I'm not doing a pre-order, so there's no pre-order. So, but I would prefer you just to go get it when it comes out, because the amount of things I have on wait lists and stuff really stresses me out, and I'd prefer to not have any sort of wait list. So I hope no one is doing pre-orders. So please just wait until March 15th. Hit up the dealers when they make the listing live, and take it from there. Just try to, I know everyone's excited. I'm excited, but I just need to, just let me just build and not worry about fulfillment, because the last thing I wanted to do, and the reason I didn't want people to take pre-orders or anything, is because I want to be able to determine how many I can make without, having that added pressure on top of all the other things I have to do. So people who take massive pre-orders, even though I ask them not to, they're not going to get the stuff when they say they will, because that's not what I said. They don't get to determine, when I build and ship things. I do. So that's just the whole long and short of it. But I'm hoping to have them all, sort of, the majority of what I think most dealers can deal with in the next couple weeks. People were asking for 20 or 50, and I'm like, no, I can't. I don't even have. I have enough to make that many, but I just can't allocate that many to one place, and not right now. I need to kind of ease into it. So I'm still a little gun shy about even buying more circuit boards. How serious am I about creating a new fuzz? Very serious. I'm serious about everything. I'm working on a chorus. New fuzz ideas, new overdrive ideas, other things, other modulation ideas. I have ideas just, constantly falling out of my head. But yeah. Stuart, pizza or hot dog? Pizza. I like pizza. But yeah. Any other questions? I have about 5 minutes. I'm going to kill it. So you guys can go watch that pedal show if you want. Yeah. Plug in that Seeker. I done did it. So you can go back and watch the live stream once it gets re-uploaded to YouTube. The 5-watt world Mjolnir updates. So those the first 10 or so are prepped and will be put in enclosures soonish. There's still a lot of time, like the 6 to 8 week mark for those is still, we're still like well in that. And I do want people to be like expecting like 6 to 8 weeks. So, I'm going to start finishing the remainder of those after I get this next batch of Wildwoods done. So those are done. Who's the best dealer for Mythos? Whoever's closest to you. There's no one that I prefer. I like them all, even though I love all my children. What humbuckers are in the Novo? So these are, let me turn this picture off here. So these are throwback DS55. Throwback DS55. So they are modeled after the prototype pickups that Seth Lover started winding, that initially didn't have a adjustable pole piece. So there's a picture of a 1955 Les Paul that has 2 humbuckers like this in it that don't have pole screws. So there's a few of those floating around. They wound a few of these sets, or Seth wound a few of these sets. And I love them. They're low output for a humbucker. And they kind of sit sonically between a P90 and a Filtertron. They have a lot of clarity and snap, but they're really punchy. And super simple. They look kind of like lace or something, because there's smooth covers, but they're underneath this cover, it just looks like a humbucker with 2 slug coils, so 2 non-adjustable coils. But I love these pickups, and I love them in this guitar. The best thing about, my only gripe about Novo is I don't get to mod them. There's nothing to change, because especially when you order it, I ordered this and they had never put these in a guitar before, and I said, can we use these? And they cost the same as the other throwbacks for them. And they're like, yeah, sure. So, I paid for them. I paid for the throwback upgrade, and they ordered these just for me to put in this guitar. But yeah, I did change the knobs on my Solus, but that's it. That's the only thing I've changed. All right, 2 minutes left, then I'm going to call it. Any last minute questions? Quick questions. Quick. I am going to work on dipped in tone hopefully tomorrow. Fender scale, yeah. All the Saris models are 25 and a half. The Solus is 24 and 3/4. I think the Voltura is 24 and 3/4. But the Solus and the 24 are the shorter, and then everything else is 25 and a half. So, yeah, I think it's time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Mythos TV, Mythos Monday. It's going to be my thing. I'm trying to stream less in the garage. I fail at that because sometimes I just want to hang out with my Instagram friends. But yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, do all that crap. This is what you have to do. But thanks for hanging, guys. See you later.